Unless you're a gamer who's been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you'll already know that Xbox unveiled the first examples of gameplay and game titles that will be coming to the Xbox Series X when it launches later this year. The event, held on the 7th of May, saw 13 games showcased over a 45-minute period. The main takeaway from the whole event was the smart delivery feature, in my opinion, that pretty much all the games showcased will be utilising. Smart delivery basically means if you buy the smart delivery title on your Xbox One, you'll be able to upgrade it and play it for free on your Xbox Series X, and vice versa. Personally, I think this is an amazing feature and one that really focuses on the gamer. So many times in the past we have bought games for older consoles just to have to rebuy them when a next-gen console comes out. So, let's get on to the game, shall we? Bright Memory Infinite from Playism had the honour of opening up the whole event, and to be honest, in my view, was the only game that actually showed proper gameplay. And to be honest, it looked good, like really good. Taking place in a setting that looked very much like Japan, or a version of Japan, it mixed futuristic weaponry and time manipulation, it seemed, with more classic historic weaponry. Seems like a bit of an unfair fight, doesn't it? And also, they featured a suspiciously looking DeLorean type car. As mismatched as that all sounds, the gameplay looked intense and fun, and then to hear that it was made by a single person was even more impressive. I would say Bright Memory Infinite will definitely be worth checking out. Next we had the announcement of Dirt 5 from Codemasters. It's been a long time for me personally since I played a Dirt title, and this one did have me pretty much pumped after seeing the high octane footage, though to be honest, once again this gameplay footage, as they said, was pretty much mainly cutscenes. Albeit cutscenes looked awesome, but it felt like everything that was on display was something I could already get from Forza Horizon 4. The weirdest trailer / gameplay reveal definitely goes to EBB Software for their title Scorn. I mean, I'm not even sure what to make of this, to be honest. I mean, it's creepy, for sure. It had a feeling of Alien mixed with the Matrix Machine World. All I know is it's coming to Game Pass, so yay? It was definitely part of a longer feeling of a lot of horror games coming out, or darker games at least, so that's a good thing. Deep Silver presented us with Chorus Rise as One, a space-based sci-fi game that looked interesting and had a badass looking female protagonist as the lead. Once again, I don't feel like we saw much of the actual gameplay, but what we did see looked good. The story seems deep and rich, and I'm a sucker for a space setting, unless of course it's Call of Duty. All we know is it won't be out till 2021, so something to look forward to, I guess. EA introduced us to Madden 21. Kind of a moot point for me personally. When a company has to make up 90% of its presentation with old game footage, and then just a tiny snippet of the new game, there's not really much to shout about. I'm sure for American football fans it's a welcome announcement, but it's just not for me. Paradox Interactive showed off the next installment of the Vampire series, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. That's a long title, right? It was a strong trailer, but again, I'm not sure how much actual gameplay we were shown, and the opening scene made me think we were getting a Joker game. Is that just me being naive? Come on, tell me that doesn't make you think of the Joker. Call of the Sea from Raw Fury and Out of the Blue was a short-lived presentation. What we did see looked very pretty, and some footage was extremely reminiscent of Sea of Thieves, I thought. There wasn't much to go by, but the story sounds interesting, and we were also told that it'd be part of Xbox Game Pass, so that's always welcome news. Neon Giant and Curve Digital brought us an isometric shooter called The Ascent. It looked action-packed and fun enough. The setting was sci-fi, like a lot of these games to be honest. I'm not sure it'll be one that I'll be rushing to download personally, but it did sound like it could be multiplayer, so that gets a thumbs up at least. The Medium, for me, was one of the most promising and interesting titles, made by Polish-based studio Bluebirds, who brought us games like Layers of Fear. The Medium is a psychological horror. You play as a medium, well, obviously, that has visions of a different, darker world. In an interview towards the end of the presentation, the game designer was saying that the Xbox Series X has allowed them to finally make this game that they have wanted to for so long, because of its increased power, which, though it could be a very well placed plug, sounds very promising for future game titles. The clip in which the world switches from reality to alternate reality, I guess, is what has me most excited. I love reality bending games. It gets even better, as this is slated to be an Xbox Game Pass title and potentially an Xbox Series X launch title. Bandai Namco Entertainment unsurprisingly gave us an anime style game. And forgive me if this title is based on an actual anime that I know nothing about. It was called Scarlett Nexus, which I like the name, and looked very typically Bandai Namco. And that's not a slight or a bad thing in any way. It looked fun, and the abilities the characters have seem like it would give really cool sort of gameplay options. The monsters are definitely on the weird side of weird, but the gameplay looked fluid and fun. Second Extinction, Reclaim Earth, was the offering from Systemic Reaction, something that looked like it could be a Turok Evolution love child. In an apocalyptic world, you fight monstrous dinosaurs. Not a bad premise really. Again, we were shown what actually looked like gameplay from the actual game, which was a nice change, and it looked good, so another one to keep an eye out for, I'd say. Yakuza Like a Dragon will be the next title in the Yakuza franchise, showing off its usual playstyle and high energy gameplay. It displayed a fun game, but one that myself was not that interested to see, I'm sorry to say. I'm sure Yakuza fans will be delighted to see this announced, and probably one well worth checking out. And then last but not least, we saw Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They said gameplay footage, but to be honest it just seemed like more cutscenes to me. And we'd already seen a lot of that in the previous teaser trailer release. I mean, it looked good, it looked really good, and the idea of being Vikings invading England is definitely up my street. When it comes to the Xbox Series X, who knows? Could it be a launch title? That would be amazing, but only time will tell, I guess. So that is basically it in very much quick summary form. We were shown 13 titles. I mean, that may be unlucky for some. Like I said, how much actual gameplay we saw is a contentious point. To me, a lot of it seemed like it was just cutscenes. I mean, amazing cutscenes, don't get me wrong, but when you're told you're going to see gameplay footage, you kind of expect to see gameplay footage. Some of the games looked amazing. They looked atmospheric, they looked high detailed, and they looked really immersive. I think the main takeaway point from the whole event is the future is definitely promising. And with all the interviews, a lot of the game developers said about the power of the console really allowing them to do more exciting things and things that they probably wanted to do for a long time. So that can only be good, right? The battle will rage on and the discussion will rage on about what is the best console, what you should buy, and you know, exclusivity of titles is going to be the main point. But I mean, what I saw from that, I was happy. I was excited, I was hyped, and with them announcing what Xbox Game Studios will be bringing in July, then things can only get more exciting, right? It was good to see them announce Xbox Game Pass titles, and obviously the new feature of smart delivery. I mean, that's win-win for gamers, I think. So all in all, a big thumbs up to Xbox, and of course, all the game developers that showed off their games. Roll on July, I'd say, and see what Xbox Game Studios are going to be bringing us. What do you think they'll announce, and what do you think of the announcements that have already been made? Pop them in the comments section below, and let the discussion roll. Thanks very much for joining us. Sorry it's been so rushed. Just wanted to get that information out there for you because these are exciting times for us as gamers. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel because that would be super goddamn awesome. Okay people, until next time, peace out.